my name is Dr. Maya Byfield. My business is The Phenomenal STEMist. I'm so excited to be here in Orange County because it's where I live. I live in Apopka, Florida. And I decided to make this business because I saw a need for underrepresented students to be successful in STEM, which stands for science, technology, engineering, math. And the best way I can do that is just provide products for parents to prepare them, whether it's a book or online STEM camps or just video podcasting. My goal is to transform this community, especially those who are underrepresented. And the way to do that is to help parents understand their children's minds and basically develop them at different stages of their lives to be prepared for a successful STEM career. Thank you so much. That's why I'm here.
Professional.
Mm-hmm.
Professional. Okay, next
Get
one.
your market watcher. Get you a market watcher. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All day.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Yeah. Yeah. I see that jumpsuit, man, that Adidas jumpsuit. Remind me of Jam Master Jay real quick, man. They bring it back to the 80s. Love it.
You so stupid. Yes, I love this. My father used to wear these kind of jumpsuits all the time, and sometimes
Mhm.
I'm a woman. I'm all women, but I like these. I like the Adidas jumpsuits. So
Oh, those velours are very comfortable.
they're
Very
so
comfortable.
comfortable. They're so comfortable.
But as I'm watching, the song is like, I'm just channeling. Don't can't something because I'm close to the edge.
Yes, I'm
Be trying
trying
not
not
to
to lose.
lose my head.
Hey.
Ha
Uh-huh.
ha ha ha.
Like a thunder sometimes it makes me wonder
Mm,
how I keep from going under.
come on,
Ha 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 ha.
come on, boogie down. Come on, boogie down.
Yay! We're just trying to chill as both of us face a hurricane coming at us at
mm,
category 5 winds. Me
mm.
and before it
180.
closes.
180. Last count, 180 miles per hour. That is serious.
And we on the podcast. That's how much we love y'all. We love y'all so much that a hurricane is coming at 180 miles per hour towards Central Florida, and we still doing the market watchers.
Here for you, market watchers, all day, a day. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All right. So let's get with the stats. I'm sure for some of you guys want to know what's going on in the fourth quarter, right? We're completely all the way in since August, right? We're well underway, and we're just gonna do Orlando for today, right? Because I really want to get into the next part of this show that we're doing. Um, but as far as Orlando sales, if you look at the graph, what I do, y'all, and again, I want to just stress how important numbers are, right? What I do is I take the sales numbers, the closed sales numbers, the median. Very simple to do, but even more simple when you know how to get access to this sort of thing. And if you don't, talk to your realtor. We have this sort of thing in spades. All we do is numbers. So you get the closed sale for each month since the beginning of the year, and obviously, you apply it to a graph, and then you'll be able to see a correlation, right? You'll be able to see the ebbs and flows of the market. And where we started off in the first quarter, we were coming kind of on a rise, right? We were going up. And if you track us on the STEM program on our Money Mondays or on Real Estate Mondays, you would have heard me talk about the slow rise as it went into the third quarter, second and third quarter. But then as we start heading into now the fourth quarter, wintertime, fall time, we now see historically a bit of a drop off as we go down, right? So let's talk about that. We got August started off at $440,000 on the median price for Orlando. September got us now down under $435,000
So the
median price.
housing dropped $5,000. The cost of a house dropped
Yeah, yeah.
$5,000.
Just a little bit more, just a little bit under five, over 5,000, maybe around $6,000 or $7,000, right? And we don't see this slowing down, especially now that we have a hurricane coming through, guys. If this storm hits the way it's going to hit, not only will you be able to see the differences in repair damage and all of that, but it's most certainly going to have an effect on our sales prices. It's going to take
Absolutely.
longer to sell homes because homes need to be repaired, et cetera, et cetera. Homes are going to stay on the market. Buyers are a little bit more skeptical.
Yeah, like I ain't coming to Florida. Never mind.
Look, man, you're gonna see the investors coming out. The investors are gonna come out. You thought you was getting a lot of calls before. Lord have mercy. You about to get the texts. You gonna get the emails. Lord, I'm just gonna stop checking my mail from now on.
I'm not selling my house. Leave me alone, investors. Leave me alone, investors. I'm not selling.
Oh man, they coming, y'all. They coming. They coming. So just want to
Yeah.
get you prepared for that. And let me just also mention for those of you that sustain any damage, or I'm really praying that it actually the storm somehow miraculously disappears somewhere off into the ether, right? But if it does hit the area, follows the track, then what you want to do is get yourself a good adjuster. Get yourself a good adjuster to help you with your insurance, a good insurance adjuster, right? Because they're the ones that can help you get what you're looking for out of the insurance companies. And it takes a while sometimes, guys, depending on how much damage is done over the area. It could take, for me, it took me over a year from Ian. It took me over a year to see $1 of the roof damage that was caused by that hurricane. So,
In Florida, in Central Florida.
well, it wasn't Central Florida. It was on Daytona Beach.
Okay.
Daytona Beach in the beaches. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm praying. I'm praying, and I'm sorry, Palm Bay, but I'm praying that it comes under us. Like I don't want it to come over. I don't want it to go up to Tallahassee because Tallahassee just got hit. Cedar Key just got hit. So I'm not asking God to put it above us.
Mhm.
I don't want it. Usually it could curve and go up, but they
Mhm.
just went through some stuff. So I'm merciful for them. I'm like, Lord, just
Yeah,
don't.
mercy. Doc, you
But
can't be preferable, girl. You need to stop right now. Stop it. Stop it. No. No, Maya. No.
I'm
Where's the spray bottle? No. No.
I'm like, Lord, put it underneath. Shout out to Kissing Me, shout out to Pod Bay, shout out to
Right, right,
y'all.
right,
But
right, right,
like
right,
I
right,
love
right,
y'all,
right.
but please just don't come. Right now the track is straight, is like Tampa straight over
Look,
Orlando. And I'm
man,
like, Jesus, please,
it's
please,
not too late
please.
for a miracle. It's
It's
not
not
too
too
late for
late.
a miracle. We could see God could step in and just put his pinky on that thing. Just put a little
Thanks.
pinky on it and then just
Stop.
disappears into the ether. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah, so get an adjuster if something goes wrong. Get a good adjuster. That's the wisdom right there. For those of you who get affected by some kind of storm damage.
That's
Okay.
it. That's it.
All
Yeah.
right. So moving right along. So what I hear from you is, just to be clear, we knew that it would be going up, 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 and then the time of the year when nobody is buying, which
Mhm.
is the late fall holiday
Mhm.
season,
Mhm.
prices drop.
Every single time.
And that's the time when you should be buying. You should
Yes.
be buying when nobody else is buying.
You should be buying around that time. You should be renting around that time because that's when, if developers, your property managers, that's when they see the biggest percentage in vacancies, because when those
Mm,
those folks move out, it's hard to get people to come moving back in during the holidays. Again, people tend to stay put. And if you don't
yeah.
believe me, check for yourself. Call around, talk to some of those property management owned developments, and find out. If you don't find so many of the deals that they got going on, they throwing people 2 months, 2 months for free. You know, if you get in right now, they'll waive your application costs and all these other things, right? Because they're trying to get people to come in the door
And rent the
despite the
building.
season. Yeah. uh
Interesting. That's good to know. Market watchers.
all day, all day.
Okay, we just let you know. Hope pay attention. Word to wise is sufficient.
uh
All right. So a couple weeks ago,
Ha.
I had a game night at my house, and the goal, the sole game was this game called Cash Flow. Shout
hmm
out to the 99 2000 Cash Money, Cash Flow. So I grew up a lot as a kid. We played Monopoly as a kid.
hmm
Um, Monopoly ain't got nothing
Come on,
on Cash Flow.
come
I
on.
had so much fun playing that game, Brandon. First off, talk to me a little bit about try to explain cash flow to the audience.
So first of all, we're gonna be doing this again. Obviously, we're gonna do this one. We're gonna have
Got
another one of these game nights, right?
Gotta
Yeah,
have it. You know the church is having a game night on the 12th
I
on Saturday
heard,
night.
if we're all alive, I'm happy to attend. You know what I'm saying? If we if we survive this ordeal, I'll be there. I see them marketing that thing. I'm like, Lord have mercy. Like, y'all need
Y'all
to be
know there's a
careful,
hurricane on
man. I'm
Wednesday.
trying to tell you, like, right? I'm like, all right, I'll get my water and some, like the nachos and cheese, right? I could contribute to the concessions. Have mercy. Anyway, yeah, I tried to get it on the roster, but you know what? Beat it out. Well, actually, I'm still gonna bring the game. I'm still gonna bring a box. But men's ministry, they're trying to do a domino tournament.
Oh,
You know what I'm
okay,
saying?
okay,
So I
okay,
support
okay.
that. I support that. I support that.
Got
I
you.
got to
All
be there.
right, no, but cash flow is more of a homey type environment. So I gotta have it at my house again. We're gonna have it again at my house. We'll let you know.
Most def. Most def.
Yeah.
Now, let me explain a little bit. Cash flow is like Monopoly, only with more. It's more of a realistic experience,
Yeah.
right? Where
Yeah.
Monopoly is kind of like, it's kind of like you're playing the game to be. It's a very general overall look at how it could be, when it comes to investment. But cash flow actually has you go into the numbers. You have ledgers. You have a breakdown of costs. You can get kids. I
Oh
think Doc can
Lord.
tell you a little bit more. You can get kids, y'all. You can get cheering. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't want no more doggone children. Y'all get that a little later. Y'all get that a little later.
Oh man, yeah. Now that we talking about t-shirts, that right there.
I don't
That
want no dog. That's
t-shirt.
it. With the hand about to
Yes,
hit the
I don't want to know. And then we got to put it in like the font of good times, right? We got to.
yeah. Oh my
uh,
gosh.
yeah. So guys, you get a ledger. You get to pick your profession. So they have these cards that has a breakdown of how much that profession is making and the expenses and all that other good stuff. You could choose to be an engineer, a doctor, a nurse, even a
Teacher.
janitor, a
Hmm.
teacher. All that stuff
Hmm.
is there. So relative to how much you're making and all that stuff, you take what you're making, you make the best decisions that you can make, and you buy and sell real estate. They have stock and bonds there. They do CDs. We didn't do too many of those,
I don't want no
right?
doggone CDs.
And don't want no doggone CDs. And yeah, you have a pile of cards where you choose, where you have different opportunities you can choose from, and then you have the market, where effectively you pull a card and you can sell your house or you can sell the stock that you have. That sort of thing. So it's much more realistic.
Much more realistic.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What I remember about the game was, like you said, you could pick your own career. I picked being an engineer.
Hmm. STEM. I know. We got it, girl. We got it. We got it.
And I was like, okay, you make every round, you make, multiple rounds, you can make money, you make cash from your income.
Mhm.
But the goal is to make sure that your assets give you cash flow that pays for your expenses, not just your income coming from the job. So
Right.
you would buy stocks, you would buy businesses, you would buy real estate, and you would be able to write on, like you said, the ledger. You realize what an asset is, and then you also have, because you took a loan out, you have to write as a liability.
Liability. Mhm.
So it teaches children what's the assets, what's the liability. It teaches children how to make your assets bring in cash flow to pay for your expenses. It teaches people financial literacy.
Mhm.
And the
Mhm.
goal is to get out the rat race. See, the rat race is just getting money every paycheck and then spending
Mhm.
it on your expenses.
Mhm.
Getting out of the rat race is purchasing your dream life, or having your assets pay for your expenses, so you don't need to constantly be getting paid by giving your time to somebody's job. I mean, it literally taught me about that. But it also taught me about principles of life.
Mhm.
I got, you could get downsized, you could lose a job. Now, here's the
Mhm.
thing about this, Brandon. I know, knowledge wise, that I'm supposed to have 6 to 8 months of income
Mhm.
just in case you get downsized.
Mhm.
What did I do? I did not save the 6 to 8 months. I decided to take risks on businesses, on real estate, on stocks, on
Mhm.
paying down debt. I was paying down debt.
Mhm.
It taught me that sometimes you can know what you're supposed to do, but you will totally do the opposite if
Mhm.
you're not principled. I should have just, so if I had saved 6 to 8 months of expenses, then when I got downsized, when I hit the rat race and got downsized, I would have been
Mhm.
able to pay my expenses, and I wouldn't have had to sell my business. I wouldn't have to go bankrupt. And then on top of that, I kept having these doggone kids. See,
In
that's how
wedlock.
life
In
is
wedlock. In wedlock. In wedlock. You
in
you done got
wedlock.
married. You done got married somewhere.
It,
Somebody caught up to you. Somebody took
found
you out the
Babe.
market. Somebody
I
took you out
found
the
Babe.
market. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No
I
more
found
building.
Babe, Brandon. I found Babe. I found Babe. Didn't have to buy a building.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's how life is. Oops, oops,
Mm,
oops. So you got to prepare for life, and you got to prepare for life with principles that you know. I'm telling you, I knew I should have saved 6 to 8 months of expenses, but
mm,
I didn't. I took the gamble. And how many people in life take gambles, and
mm,
then life comes at you and you're not prepared for it.
hmm,
It taught me that it could teach children that. This is a financial literacy game. It should be played everywhere.
I agree with you. I agree with you. What were as you were watching every other person play? Do you think that what was happening to the other people in the group was having an effect on how you were playing your hand?
I wasn't even paying attention to other people, because there was different types of people. There are people that didn't know what they were doing. They were getting
Hmm.
help from people. There were people who did know what they were doing, and they were taking risks. I did not take risks early in the game.
Mm,
Like, so for instance, Sophia is Brandon's wife. Maya, you only put $50 on stock when it was $5 a share. How come you didn't take the
girl,
risk?
I tried to tell you, girl. I tried. Lord.
Obviously, number one, I didn't know the game. And number two, I was doing my principle. I didn't have any money. I didn't have any assets. I didn't have anything yet. I just
Mm,
started the game. I was starting off with save money. And so then y'all were like, oh, you got to take risks. Truth be told, I should have saved my money.
Mhm.
Stocks will come again.
Mhm.
But if you don't have 6 to 8 months in the bank, just by the luck of the draw, you lose it all much faster than you gain $2,000.
Mm.
I didn't have much money to invest,
Mm.
and so I take it taught me a lot about my style. I'm very risky in the stock market
Mm.
now, now, but in the beginning when I first got a job and I wasn't as.
Mm.
I had to. I have to. Some things need to be sure first. I believe in being debt free first, or not
Mhm.
fully debt free. Like it doesn't make sense to have credit card debt,
Mhm.
right? Paying on credit card debt at 20% just to get 10% increase on the stock market. I'm still losing
Mm.
because I have that debt, So I have priorities. But to your point, I did shift and take the risk and purchase high level businesses or whatever. And then one downsize bankrupted me.
Mhm.
So that's pretty much it. I didn't really other people didn't impact the way I was doing anything.
Mhm.
I was
Well,
just thinking about myself, like what I need to do for myself. Go ahead.
I got you. Yeah, he was trying to win that thing.
I was
For
trying to
some
win.
of y'all that don't know, Maya is very competitive. I'm not blinking, America. Your girl is very competitive. All right. Now, you had some people that see her interact with her on a regular basis at church. They done seen this other side of Maya that I
Right,
done
right.
seen already. They're like, oh,
Who is this? Roz was like, "What's
right.
who is is this Elder
Oh,
Byfield?"
oh man.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised I didn't cuss.
Oh
I
mercy.
didn't cuss.
You held it down. You were saying you was throwing that doggone out there. Like
Doggone, doggone.
I knew there was something else on the other side of that doggone. We was just
Yeah, if the sister
one
in
more
her
child. Just one more child, man. Just one more child. We would have seen
yeah,
we'd have seen the letters, the exclamation
change.
marks and the pound signs and the question marks coming out. We'd have seen it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But what I noticed about our group, our plucky group, is that you had some folks, and I've been playing this game now for a little bit, and I've noticed that you have when you play with couples and when you play with singles, you have the
Mm.
couples that try to band together and then they make decisions. You have couples that one depends on another to make all the decisions,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And then you have some couples that are more like, well, you chose this, so I'm gonna choose this. So they get they almost compete with each other. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
You got some folk that are there that are not married. When they get in and they start playing, they try to get ahead quick, so they take big risks very quickly. But there
Mhm.
is one person at our table that would not take huge risks right away. That was Sister Hard Eyes.
Yeah.
Hard Eyes. She was the one that was saving her money. And in fact, she was the one that was asking advice the most.
Yeah, she was asking advice the most.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. So on the low, I was peeping. I was like, oh, okay, all right, Miss Hard
And she
Eyes.
had the most assets.
She had the most assets. She
The
had the
most
most
assets with the
money,
least liability.
the least liability. She had the most money. She sold a lot of her assets. As a matter of fact, that's how Roz got like amassed a pretty big fortune right up front because she was selling opportunities to other people.
Of the up,
Y-
yes.
Yeah, she was selling them thousands, them 2000s. People were buying, snatching it up. And man, a part
And
of
she
me
was
on
getting
the
lucky.
inside,
She was getting real estate with not a high
money
down payment.
down.
So
Yep.
she was able to pay. She got those cheap houses where you can pay your down payment without having to borrow.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
I didn't get any of those opportunities. I just kept having these doggone babies.
yeah. No, but you did get some. You did get some great stock options. Number one, you
I
got
got
some. straight stock options.
like twice.
Yeah, come on. Not okay. You got twice, but they were pretty good.
Yeah,
You got one that was like on. You bought on the 5. You
5.
cashed out at 40.
30 at
Was
30.
it
Yeah.
30? Okay.
Hmm.
So you had a few in there. So it's one of those games where it's like you got to work with what opportunities come your way.
And that's life. This
Yeah,
game talks about life.
yeah,
It's way more than a monopoly. Cash flow really makes you think about how life really is.
yeah,
You got to take the cards that you're dealt with and
yeah,
and make the best of it.
yeah, yeah,
Make the
yeah, yeah.
best of it.
And it shows you
Yeah.
where you are mentally when it comes to financial literacy.
Yep.
So you have to own that thing and
Hmm.
see within yourself some things that you would like to change and be honest about it. Like
Yeah.
I'm still the same brother that I was when I first introduced the game to my wife. I'm still the guy
Hmm.
that cannot say no to a deal. Like
Hmm.
if I see a real estate sales deal, like real estate's on sale a lot, y'all. There is always some little thing.
Hmm.
It's hard for me to say no to this thing. I got to see if I can find a partner. I got to see if I can borrow some, loan some, because something tells me. Well, I when I see the deal, I think, okay, at some point I'm gonna be able to sell it to a buyer and it's gonna pan out.
But sometimes it's too much because Jamal and Kara, they had too much real estate with too much
Hmm.
liability. They kept
Hmm.
borrowing and borrowing and borrowing, hoping that it will pan out. And they ended up having all this real estate, and the money wasn't that much. Cash flow wasn't coming in as compared to the amount of expenses that they had
Hmm.
because they borrowed that much money.
Yeah.
To your point, um, to Art, she she didn't do any. She's okay. What should I do? What should I do? Everybody told her what to
Uh,
do. To your point, like this is where financial advising comes into place. Like maybe you make better decisions when you get people who know more than you to make decisions for you.
that was what I got gathered from our
Yeah,
game for the most part. That's what I gathered. And she was teachable.
she was
She
very
was
teachable.
teachable.
She said, "Okay, okay." She didn't
Mhm.
fight,
Mm-mm.
but she didn't win though. You're not gonna
No,
win
she
like
ain't
that.
win.
You ain't gonna win like that. You gonna be all right,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
but
yeah.
you're not gonna win. Who won?
I think Sophie won. Didn't she win? I think
Of course
Sophie
she
won.
won. I thought she
But
was
she
gonna come
started
up
paying
my
off
boo
debt.
thing. I thought she was gonna be like my boo thing won.
I couldn't remember who it was, so I came along. But yeah, yeah, she definitely won. But she wisened up halfway through. She started paying off debt.
She started. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Halfway through, she started paying off debt, paying off massive, and that's what I was doing as well. When I figured it out, oh, I need to pay off debt. But what happened was that's my point. You got to pay off debt, but you got to keep you got to keep your 6 to 8 months to the side.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
got to have
Mhm.
your emergency fund to the side
Mhm.
because something could happen and you paying off your mortgage with big money, but you don't have 6 to 8 months.
Mhm.
Downsides come, you lose the house and
Mm.
everything because you don't have money to pay off people. But she was paying off her debts.
Mhm.
She was
Mhm.
paying off her debts. And the more she paid off her debts, the more opportunity she had for cash flow. And that's how she won.
This second time around, when you play again, what are some things that you learned from this first time that you want to carry over now into the next time you play the game?
6 to 8 months emergency
Okay.
off the top.
Okay. Okay.
Less risk in the beginning. Build that 6 to 8 emergency.
Okay.
Once I
Okay.
got the six, once I got the 6 to 8 months emergency, um, buy real estate. Um, Pay off my debt.
Mhm.
I saw the credit card bill staying there, and I was paying my expenses multiple times, not realizing I could have just put $1,000 and paid off one of the credit card. I didn't know I could erase my original. The way it felt like was this is how much expenses you have at all times. I didn't know I
Mhm.
could pay off the credit card that came to me naturally. I was
Mhm.
busy paying off other things
Mm.
or investing in other things. So, number one, 6 to 8 months emergency fund. Number two, pay off debt. Number three, buy assets that will give me good cash flow.
Mhm. 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 If you had to go back and buy those other assets that we saw on there that was giving you negative cash flow but had tremendous upside, would you still buy those assets?
But what so the I only got one asset, and that was my laundromat. I would
Mhm.
buy that laundromat again. That laundry
Mhm.
because when I started paying off the debt, I was getting increased. Like it didn't take much to start getting positive cash flow and a lot of positive cash flow. I was
Mhm.
getting like $1,000 in cash flow,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
I didn't raise enough. I didn't raise enough capital just in case. If I didn't get downsized, I would have won.
Mm.
If I did not get downsized, even if I had more kids, I had 2 kids, guys. Just to let you know, I dropped on this. So you roll the dice and you drop on things, and I dropped on you just got a baby. You just
Right.
got a baby. So I just
Did
so
it
that's where you
twice
get
time.
yeah, that's where you get the I don't want no more doggone babies. That's where that came from. But I even if I had the kids, I would not have gotten bankrupt. It's because I got downsized and I did not have enough money to pay for my expenses. But I started paying off my debt and I started to get it was 250 then 500 and I didn't get 1,000. I think that's when I got downsized. But the next one was going to be 1,000.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
was paying off my debt. So I like the laundromat. I like the investment in I liked it. It was $2,500 cash flow. It was one of the most expensive. It was one of the highest cash flows. Because you had other people where they had real estate, but they only get $100 cash flow.
Mhm.
$100 cash flow. I was getting $2,500 cash flow.
Mhm.
I would
Mhm.
have gotten it as soon as I would have paid down the debt more, and I was paying 1,000 here, 1,000 here, 1,000 here. But like I said, if I needed to save some of that so that just in case I got downsized.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, yes, I would have still bought the laundromat.
Mhm.
Absolutely, I would have bought the laundromat. That was a good business.
Yeah. I think
I
it was
thought,
too.
yeah, I wouldn't have bought an expensive house that only gave me $200 cash flow. Give the example. There was houses that was $30,000 down payment
Mhm.
and only giving $200 cash flow
Mhm.
versus the laundromat was a $30,000 payment, giving me $2,500 cash flow. That was a awesome business.
Mhm. Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I'm telling
Mhm.
you, had I not been downsized, I would have won the game.
Mhm. Mhm.
So yeah, that's luck. That was the roll of dice. That I got downsized by a roll of dice.
Here's the thing about it,
My mom's
and
saying, "Hey,
this
hey,
is great.
mommy."
Hey, mama,
She's like,
mama
"When you coming
B.
to the house? I'm coming soon. We're gonna be done soon." And I head over there.
Here's how I look at it. People always say that luck has something to do with becoming wealthy. I just saw an interview by your guy Mark Cuban, right, the owner of the
Mhm.
Dallas Mavericks,
Yeah.
and he says that luck has a large degree has a large part to play in
Warren
him
Buffett
becoming a
too.
billionaire. Yeah, Warren Buffett says the same thing. A lot of those billionaires do, but I gotta say, I'm not buying it. I'm
I
not buying it.
I agree with them. What was the chances that they were born in America?
Okay, all right. Look,
Just that. Just being born in America is luck.
okay,
And
okay.
so that's what they
300 million
mean
people are also lucky. Okay, 350 million people are also lucky. All
compared
right,
to
we
7
get it.
billion, compared to
I
7
understand.
billion.
I
And then let's add what's the chances of being a white man in America?
Well,
Because a
yeah,
black
okay.
man in America born in the 1920s did not have the same opportunities as Warren Buffett did.
Oh, now we get into an interesting conversation now.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm telling you, it's luck. What's the chances of being a woman? A man versus a woman. In
Mm,
1970, my mother couldn't have her own bank account till 19 in the middle of the 1970s. How are
mm,
you supposed to be wealthy If you're not even if you can't even own a bank account, much less stock market, much less homes,
Mm,
she couldn't co-sign on. She wouldn't be able to have a house, a bank, whatever, until a man co-signed for her. Me
mm,
being born in the late 1970s is lucky. I have my own Roth IRA, my own bank account, my own high yield check. I have stock account. I have so much. I have a house. I could
mm,
not have had that in 1970. That's
mm,
just 40 some years ago.
mm,
That's lucky. So that's what
mm.
they mean. And but yes, to your point, beyond that, you still got to work for and make good decisions. I guess that's what your point is. What's your point? What's your point? You tell me what your point is.
My point is that luck has as much to do with it as people will blame circumstances for things that go bad. The same way things go good for others, there are some folks that just things go bad for. And I really believe that while no one is completely immune from bad circumstances. I mean, even the Bible will tell you the rain, God allows the rain to fall on both the good and evil, rich and poor, etc. um, I also believe that it's how that the luck is in how that person deals with the cards that they were
Yeah,
dealt
cards were dealt with.
ultimately, and then they go from there. The luck is that, yeah, I had a bad hand, but somewhere in there I also had an ace. So I just kept switching cards around until I had a good hand and I played with that. Also, I noticed that a lot of the high-end billionaires, they use the term luck, but a lot of the high earning black men and women, they you will never, not in one interview have I ever heard a black billionaire say it was I got lucky. That you've never heard it. I've seen interviews with Jay-Z. I've seen interviews with your boy Robert, I forget his last name, but
Smith.
he's, yeah, Robert Smith. I've seen Quincy Jones. I've seen I've seen multiple interviews. They've never said the word luck. They have said that a mother was always in the background pushing them, a strong black mom, or a father that was there for them. They were always there to push them to become who they were, and they started believing what their parents were starting to were have been telling them their whole lives that they saw in them. And they
Hmm.
kept working at it and working at it. They got educated. Some of them started businesses. Nothing handed to them, but they were helped along the way by people who wanted to join them up in their dreams, and they ultimately got to where they go. But you never hear any of them say anything about luck.
If you listen to Mark Cuban and Warren Buffett, they talk about all the hard work they do. They talk about how much they read. For instance, Warren Buffett reads like multiple newspapers a day. Jamie Dimon, same thing. I feel
Hmm.
like they talk about what they do to be successful, but they also honor the fact that a lot of it is luck. It's a both and, I think. I
Mm,
think you're right. Black people don't do that because it took a lot to get where we are with all the odds against us,
hmm.
right? But even still, I know a lot of hardworking black people in other countries that work way harder than ones here,
True.
and we're lucky.
True. Yeah.
We're
I,
lucky in terms of just when I talk about luck, I'm telling you what they when they think about the concept, they're talking about just the odds. What are the odds
mm,
that you would be born in the place where you're born, in the time when you're born,
hmm.
right? Like Eric Thomas talks about this all the time, and he talks about luck too. He
Hmm.
said Martin Luther King Jr. way sweeter speaker than Eric Thomas. We all can say
That's
that,
what he
right?
said. Yeah, 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 yeah. All day.
He was just born at the wrong time. If Martin Luther King was born now, like and during Eric Thomas's day,
Hmm.
he'd kill it. But
Oh man,
so it's like it's that's what they mean by that, and I totally understand what they're saying.
I
But
got
it's
you.
not. But bringing it back to cash flow, a lot of the decisions that I made were decisions that I made. It wasn't just the fact that I just rolled on to having two babies.
Mm,
Um, I could have made other decisions that would have helped me in the midst of getting that downsizing, in the
mm,
midst of getting those babies. And like I
mm,
said before, I knew those decisions. That's the thing about it, Brandon. I know I teach financial literacy all the time. When you
come
get
on.
in the game, this is a word right here. You can know a lot of stuff, but then when you
Mm-hmm,
get in the game and there's a risky opportunity,
mm-hmm,
you gotta fight your emotions and stick with the
mm-hmm.
principle.
Discipline.
You gotta discipline yourself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got to sacrifice on the altar of I want to get where I want to be right now. You
Right,
got to
fast.
sacrifice that thing on the altar of delayed gratification.
Absolutely.
You got to put all that stuff right there on the altar, sacrifice that thing, get your pillars up so that when disaster strikes, you have something to hold you up, and then when it's time, invest. And you won't be in any shortage. That's something that investors have always told me. There was one guy in Miami in my earlier years. This guy would just get the best deals. I'm like, sir, there's an older black guy, and by that time he had owned something like 25 homes. I don't even know how many he has now, and he just gets
Mhm.
these amazing deals. And I used to
Mhm.
say, Lord have mercy. How did you do? How? Like
Mhm.
how? Your
Mhm.
negotiation skills must be on point. Nope. Mm-mm.
Mhm.
No, okay, well, you got a bomb realtor. He's like, no, no more bomb than any other realtor, same access, the same MLS, no more than you. And I'm like, well, then how do you
What
do
is
it?
it?
He told me it's because he says, you know how many deals I had to say no
Wow.
to before I got to the ones that I have? The fact that I have 25 should tell you something, that I've had to say no to thousands,
Wow, that's a word.
thousands of opportunities. And he said some of them are pretty good, but they just weren't good for me. I have a
Mhm.
system, I have what I'm looking for. I have a set type of criteria, and when I find it, I buy. That's my rule,
That's your
and
rule.
that's what he
Woo!
stuck. Yeah.
That's a
I don't
word.
know. I don't even know how many homes he got right now. As a matter of fact, now that we talking, I think I'll give him a call. I haven't talked to him in many years. Oh man, see if he can put up my family during this crazy time. It's like, hey man, you got a crib in Miami, you can hold 5 or 6 folks, man. But
We gonna be all right. We gonna be all
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah, we gonna be all right. Hopefully, hopefully.
We gonna
But
be
no, but
all right.
but that was his thing. He had a rule. He had criteria that he was looking for, and at the time, he was just buying single family. That was his thing.
And that's his rule, and he stuck with it. And no matter what came about it, he stuck with the rule.
Yeah.
No matter what emotions, he stuck with the rule. And
Question is,
that's
what's your rule?
what's your rule? Wow. What's your rule? Do you know what's your rule? Know what's your rule and stick with it.
Hmm.
And that's powerful, Brandon.
Praise God.
Yeah. Well, it's almost 9:30, and I gotta get ready to get off this road and get into the safe space of my mama's house.
Thank God for Mama. It's all been prepared for you, girl.
All
It's
been
all
prepared.
it's all situated. You just gotta show up. Just
Just show up. Sound like the Lord.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Probably got some fried fish out there. Probably got some
Yeah,
nice
I'm actually fasting.
meat.
I'm actually fasting.
Okay,
So
okay, okay,
so I,
okay,
I'm only drinking liquids today and tomorrow.
okay.
So
It's a
it's
good
gonna be
time
an
to be
experience.
fasting.
It's a bad time to be fasting, but
No, you
God's
couple that up with some prayer.
oh,
It's a
that's
good time.
true.
It's a good time.
That's right. Couple yeah, it's a great time to be fasting and praying. More reasons than none. So yeah, that's a true point. Yeah. So
Yes,
that's a
ma'am.
good
Yes,
point.
ma'am.
Yeah. Matter of fact, let me make sure I couple it with prayer. That's a good point.
Hmm. Hmm.
All right, I'm the phenomenal STEMist, and so is he. Market watchers, market watchers.
Before at your service, I'm here for you.
Yeah, let me get your
Here
caption
for it. Here for it.
before it closes.
Yes, ma'am.
Before closes at gmail.com.
Yes, yes. Tower Team Orlando, branch manager, come see about me. We're here to help. We're here to serve. First and foremost, we're here to serve the community. So anything I could do to help with your real estate needs and what have you, pick up the phone, give me a call, give me a text. We're here for you.
305 305 0105. Tower Team Realty.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Yes,
All
ma'am.
right.
Appreciate you, Doc.
See ya.
All right. Y'all be safe. What's that emoji? The